Hello and welcome to Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I am Jeff, and today we are going to start building this set here. This is Lego set 10341. It's the Artemis Space Launch System. It was just released, and I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so we'll catch up and let you know what I've been up to, good or bad or indifferent, let you know. But I just realized that I did not unplug the camera, so it's going to keep clicking on me, and that's going to be annoying and distract me. So I'm going to go ahead and get up real quick and take care of that. But as soon as I come back, we're going to go ahead and get started on this. All right, I'm back. So let's take care of this. I have already opened the box, and I'm going to actually switch cameras here. Let's do... All right, yep, that's the camera I want. Hello, Mrs. Chip. How you doing? If you guys would, please hit the like button. And I know you two have subscribed, but if anybody else here has not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And all the good stuff, like turn on all notifications, that kind of good jazz. Anyways, John, how have you been? And John, it was good to see you. Hey, Greg, how you doing? It was good to see you, John, on Mr. Rancor Steve's, what do you call it, live stream the other night. So, for those of you who don't know, it's been a long time since I've done a live stream, and I have been extremely busy, and not just busy, but a little discouraged. And anyway, we'll get to that part later. Don't want to start off with something negative. And John says he was afraid because he thought that Rue had ate a sock. Well, as long as it was a clean sock. No, I'm just kidding. I know one thing. My dog won't even touch my dirty socks, and rightfully so. Pass out just looking at them. Anyway. And I'm sure Mrs. Chip would agree with that statement. Anyway, enough of that. So let's start off with what's been going on. Okay. I'm going to start off with the good stuff. Well, earlier this month, I made a trip to Texas to see Mrs. Chip. And then from there, we flew to D.C. and we saw my second oldest daughter graduate. She finished her master's in business administration at George Mason University, and we went out there to see that ceremony. It was a nice ceremony, and of course, as a bonus, I got to see my two granddaughters as well, and that was a lot of fun. And speaking of granddaughters, I had a lot of fun with them. Being grandpa, well, first of all, my oldest granddaughter still calls me Grandpa Lego, so very proud. And the other thing too is that my granddaughter, oldest one, is almost 6 now, so she understands a lot more than she used to. So Grandpa decided to try some dumb jokes on her, the kind of jokes I tell on here. And what was fun was she actually understood most of them and thought they were funny. So anyway, just to let you know, I'm not a faker on here. I am who I am. And yes, I tell dumb jokes in real life as well as, well, if I'm in the quiet public of private retreat of adults, I will tell jokes that are more funny than those, and they are of an adult nature. So anyway, you might wonder, what kind of jokes did I tell? Okay, well, here's one of them. I asked my granddaughter, what did the elephant do when he hurt his foot and he couldn't walk? Well, the dumb answer is he called a tow truck. And let's see, comments. John says he started rebuilding stage 2 of the Saturn V rocket. And that is a great set, John. I need to rebuild mine as well. Mine did not survive the move. I know exactly where it's at, but I don't exactly know where the time is. that I need to rebuild that. So that's a work in progress, as they say. Actually, it's not even work in progress. I haven't even started it yet, I'll be honest. And then I told my granddaughter another joke. And that joke was, what kind of witch lives in the desert? Well, the answer is a sandwich. And yes, she giggled a lot at that one. She thought that was funny. Of course, you know, I'm grandpa, so I'm allowed to get away with stuff like that. So that part was good. We went to a great celebration dinner. It's the place that we went to was a restaurant that is very close to Mount Vernon. And Mount Vernon is the home of our first president, George Washington, which technically was not our first president, but I'm not going to get into that discussion. Many of you don't know that story probably, but that's not, I like my odd facts, but I'm not getting into that one. He was our first elected president, but he was not the first president of the United States. There was actually somebody else in the interim. Anyway, besides that, this seafood like restaurant was on stilts, and it kind of went over the Potomac River. And the Potomac River is very pretty, even at night. We saw a couple ferries out there, and they were actually still shuttling people across, even though it was Saturday night late. And had a great dinner, a little pricey, I'll tell you that. The average plate was about $50. But, you know, when it's a celebration dinner, what do? You can't exactly tell your daughter that you can't afford the restaurant. You just go. And that's what we did. And I got to see my other daughter. My oldest daughter lives in the D.C. area. So we were able to hang out with her for the day. And that was a lot of fun. And in fact, I walked away a little bit Lego richer. What do I mean by a little Lego richer? Well, my daughter, Jessica, decided that she did not want any of her Legos anymore. So she sent me packing with a 13-gallon trash bag of Lego. And it was stuffed to the gills. There wasn't room to put much more in there. So anyway, I put that in my suitcase and flew home with that. And it barely fit in there. And I have been spending my time ever since trying to make that work. Oh, and it looks like I need to pay attention here. I put the wrong piece, so let's do that. And let's see. How is Enzo? He is doing awesome, actually. He is right here, and in a few minutes I will call him up here to take attention. I've been trying to teach him a new trick. He kind of does it. I need to work with him a little bit more. And the trick that I taught him is to show his teeth and aggression. And I did that as an oxymoron because Enzo's not aggressive at all. And the command I give him comes from the movie Full Metal Jacket. I tell him to show me your war face. And he does try. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. And he plays along sort of. He'll kind of bare his teeth for a quick second, and that's about it. So anyway, having fun with the dog. And oh, cool. Actually, I did not mess that up. Cool. Let's get to some comments. His last show, he has his show tonight. Oh, he does. Oh, okay. Well, cool. And I missed Greg's comment. I had Buffalo Wild Wings today. Actually, I saw a joke about that. There was a girl who said that hamburgers come from pigs because it has ham in it. And then there was a guy commentator that was not part of her video. He was just after her video. And he says, wait till I tell her about buffalo wings. Anyway, that's what that reminds me of. And he has a show tonight, and I got to move my cursor. Yeah, I still need that piece. Hopefully no one's missing. Yeah. If you contact Lego at the bottom saying that you're missing a piece, a lot of times they'll give it to you free. So I recommend that, John. Don't pay for pieces you don't have to. And let's see, how's Enzo? Oh, okay, I did read that, so I'm skipping all over the place on these comments. And yes, Grandpa Lego and granddaughter of 6 would tell her own jokes to keep up. Yeah, she did. Wait, the little girl. I don't know. What did I say something? Okay, so times 2, so we got to do this again. So then we flew back from DC, and I only stayed in Texas for about, I'll say, not even 24 hours because I had to get back. There was some trouble here at home while I was gone. And again, I don't really want to get into negative stuff, so I will not say what happened. It did not involve Mrs. Chip. I can tell you that Mrs. Chips was safely in Texas, but there was some trouble here at home that required my attention, so I had to come home. So I drove home straight through from Texas. The only thing I did was stop once for an hour nap. And so anyway, that's what oh, I had a road rage incident on the way back from Texas, man. So I don't know how much you guys know the area. I stopped in Moab, Utah. Very pretty place. And I stopped there and I took a nap at a rest stop. Well, as soon as I was done taking the nap, I got up, walked around a little bit, make sure I was awake, and then I got back in my truck and I pulled onto the highway. And as soon as I got on the highway, you guys have driven mountain roads before where, the highway's one lane each direction. And then you get to a certain point, like when it goes uphill, they'll open up another lane so that you can pass trucks. And trucks are supposed to stay in the right lane. Well, I came to that first near crest of a hill, and this trucker was in the slow lane. And I still had plenty of room to pass them safely. There was 2 lanes. So I passed them just like I'm supposed to, just like it was designed. And this trucker had a problem with it. And he just starts laying on his horn and starts flashing his high beams as I'm passing him. And I'm thinking, there's something wrong with my truck? But, I'm looking at the instrument panel. By the way, we're on bag number 3. And there was no warning lights. There was nothing. So I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with my truck. And, I passed him pretty quickly because he was still climbing the short little bit of the hill that was left. But then he gets on the other side of the hill. And as he's going downhill, he starts picking up speed. And at this point, that extra lane disappeared. And he was right on my behind. And he starts just flashing his high beams. He starts, swerving back and forth in his lane and honking at me. And I'm thinking, what the heck is with this guy, man? And then we started going up another mountain. And I lost him for a little bit because, he's slower going up the mountain. I get up that mountain and get to the other side. And all of a sudden he picks up speed again. And he's right on my tail, honking and flashing and just, And then we came to a spot in the road where there was construction. And there was a stoplight there. And we had to stop because it went down one lane, and they timed it so that, there was no collisions. And as I was sitting there, I was expecting that guy to get out of his truck because he was only a couple cars behind me. Well, he never got out of his truck. And by the time we got to Moab, the highway ends and you have to go left or right. Well, I went left, he went right, and that was it. And yes, John, I was armed. I did have I had one of my guns with me, and so I don't ever want to use it. It's not the reason I carry it, but I'm glad it did not turn into a situation where I was required to use it to save my own life. But anyway, yes, I did have it, and I have my concealed carry permit, so yes, it was loaded. So anyway, weird stuff. And John said, I did. They sent it. The dog ate it. Okay, well, sorry to hear that. And yeah, I remember your dog's eating a couple cords too, if I remember right. And let's see. Greg says, I'm going to see. Oh man, I can't pronounce that. Okay, so you're gonna go see a movie, I assume, on Friday. And I'm sorry, I'm not the best at. I'm not the best at pronouncing things. In fact, I had to make sure I was pronouncing Artemis right. So I had to look it up on a website before I did this thing. That's how bad it is sometimes. And well, I hope everyone's okay. Yeah, we are. Yeah, it shows you a pic. I saw the Blue Angels document. Yeah, you were talking about that, John. The Blue Angels home used to be San Diego. I don't know if it still is. But growing up, I grew up in Northern California, which driving, that's about 8 hours from San Diego. And yes, it's in the same state. However, the Blue Angels used to make an annual stop at Moffett Field Air Station there. And now it's not Moffett Field. I don't know what it is now. The base has been since closed. But they used to make their yearly rounds there, and I used to be able to see them just about every year. And if I didn't go to the air show, I still saw them fly over. So it was pretty cool. It's the Mad Max Fury. Oh, yes. Okay. I know what you're talking about now, Greg. I have seen previews of that. Enzo, come here. They want to see you. Come on. All right. See it. Good boy. All right. Here we go. I don't know if y'all can see him that well. Oh, there you go. There you go. Hi, buddy. Okay, go ahead. Go lay down. It's okay. Go lay down. He's not too happy about laying down, though. So Spencer and I yesterday, we went out to the shop, and along the east wall of the shop, we put insulation in. So that whole entire wall is insulated. And before that, I had finished the north wall fully insulated. So we got two walls fully insulated. And I have to tell you, only with two walls insulated, it felt pretty dang good in there today. It feels much cooler than it did before. So just a little bit of progress, and it's making a heck of a difference. And I moved my mouse there. Yeah, he's so cute. He is a cute dog. He really is. Spoiled rotten boy. Yeah, he is. And he knows he's spoiled rotten. Can't do nothing to help it. He's too cute. I can't spoil him. So yeah, Spencer and I worked on that. I was afraid I wasn't going to have the money to do much more in the shop for a while. And then I got a couple of large orders on Bricklink, two in a row, like one yesterday, or one Sunday, one Monday, and today's Tuesday. So yeah, and those two large orders will allow me to buy the plywood that I need to cover that insulation. And so once I do that, I'll be able to do the electrical in the wall. Now I already ran the wires, put the boxes in before I put the insulation in. So all I got to do is connect up the wires, and there you go. And so, yes, a lot of progress is being made on the shop. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Let's see. Well, oh, yes, he is. If Ruth swallowed the sock, the surgery would have cost. I know, man. That's. I'm glad she didn't, John. I mean, that's. I know I say that I wouldn't want to pay for a vet for Enzo, but I'll be honest, man. If something like that happened, I think I would just pony up and pay, man, because I don't think I could. I don't know, man. Losing a dog is a hard thing, and yeah, I think I really would in the end just pay for it. And let's see. I'd rather just get the one missing piece from you. Well, send me a picture of the instructions of the piece, John, and if I got it, it's yours. I think I still have your address, John. If I don't, I know how to contact you. You know, we'll be in touch. No, and I understand that, John. You know, it's kind of funny how, you know, I really. It's funny how attached we get to our animals and how quickly we do too, because, you know, they are, in the end, they are just animals, right? But they're so much more than that because, well, there's feelings involved, and you love them and they love you back, and yeah. And I'll tell you, Enzo's a really good companion to have, and I really mean that. He has been very good to me. Okay, so let's flip this around so you guys can see what's going on here. So we've got this right here, and this is the base of the rocket launch pad, and they've got some structure things going on here to make sure that, you know, you can press down on it with the rocket and not have it cave in. You got some piping going on here, and I got to open bag number 4 now. Now, I usually open as many as I can as I have space. I'm going to mute the mic because I don't want you guys to hear this crinkling. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here's part of the deal of why I have not been doing live streams. With Spencer living here, it is really hard to get a night where he's not here. And this house just doesn't carry sound. Well, sound carries very well. That's the problem. And because of that, I really don't like him here when I'm doing a live stream. And, you know, for the longest time, he didn't have a job. So he was here all the time pretty much. And that was just really hard. Well, he's got himself a job now. And as you guessed, based off of what I just said, he's not here right now. He's working his job, which allows me to do a live stream, which reminds me, he has a live stream going on, or he has a live stream. I have a live stream going on Saturday, or Friday night, excuse me, because he works again. So that's kind of the plan, is to work around his schedule and start doing these again on a more regular basis. So Friday will be part 2 of this. And I'm kind of thinking, just based on how many pieces there are to this guy, I'm thinking that we're going to have to do at least 3 parts, maybe even more. We'll see. My plan right now, if everything goes to plan, oh, you got to be kidding me. Stupid neighbor's dog. It's an obnoxious pit bull. and it's supposed to have an electric fence, but their electric fence is not working. And if he keeps barking, that means he's got one of my cats cornered, and I'm going to have to get up and shoo him away. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, I'm back. So here's the deal, guys. I admit, I got discouraged with doing YouTube. And here's why. I can't describe to you in detail how much effort it takes to put one video together. And hey, Broken Bones Bricks, I appreciate you being here. So putting a video together is really hard, especially with the limited amount of time that I have. And, you know, building the Avengers Tower is not an easy feat. It's expensive, for one. And for two, I have to design it and redesign it because it doesn't always go the way it should the first time. And then I got to shoot the video and think it through before I shoot the video. And then from there, I have to edit said video. So there's a lot of effort, and that doesn't really do it justice. There's a lot more to it than that. And Greg, what kind of pit bull? An old ugly one. That's what it is. So my last video I did with the Avengers Tower with the bar scene. One of my subscribers is the one that suggested that I do that. Well, I didn't remember the movie that well, so I have probably watched that 5-minute clip about 100 or so times. And I tried to get as many details as I could right, and with the limited amount of space, it took a lot to be able to plan it out, and I had to redo it, and it took me about 2 weeks to just build the building itself. Well, I built it, did the video, and I literally had a comment criticizing it saying, "Oh, it's too open. You wasted space." And I swear, the very next comment from somebody was, "It's way too crowded in there." And I was thinking to myself, so which one is it? Is it too crowded or is it too open? And furthermore, I will say in my video, I talked about how I purposely spaced it out because there's going to be support pillars in the middle that when it's there, it will block the view. So I didn't put it in the video. And also it'll take up more room because I have 4 supports that can go up. And so it really wasn't as open as it looked, where it's not going to be when it's done. And I guess I just kind of got tired of hearing crap, especially with all the time I put into it. And Broken Bones has a really appropriate comment to this. He says, I can already relate to what you're saying. I make interviews from Brick World. They took hours to make and edit for only about 20 people to watch. I really do understand. And and that's the other thing too. Sometimes, you know, you think you have a great video idea, and believe me, I've had plenty of them. I thought, oh man, this one's gonna be great. And yeah, 20, 30 people watch, and it's like, dang, all them hours and nothing. But anyway, that discouraged me. It really did. And I admit that I allowed it to get to me in a way that I shouldn't have. And I will take full responsibility for allowing someone to get into my headspace. I really shouldn't have. Well, the other day, I went on Rancor Steve's one of his live streams that he did. And it was kind of impromptu. I mean, well, not kind of, it was. He didn't have any idea, and I didn't have any idea, actually. I signed on. I didn't even know he was streaming. I signed on to YouTube, take a look at a couple things. And when I did, there was a little thing in the corner saying he was live. And I was like, well, heck, man, I'll shoot over there. So I did. And Steve and I talked about it. He invited me on. And Steve kind of interviewed me a little bit because it's the first time him and I have ever had a video together. And when we did that, Steve asked me a very important question. He asked me, he says, so why do you do YouTube? And, you know, YouTube hasn't paid me a penny yet. And I've been doing it for, well, 4 years now, I think. 3 years, 4 years? I can't remember. And it's certainly not for the money. And it cost me money, so it's not for the money. So, you know, I remembered through his questioning why I do what I do. And that is, I have pictures of myself that my mom took when I was 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old, building Lego cities at my parents' house in California. And the true reason that I do this is because I enjoy building the Lego. And if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would still do exactly what I'm doing today. It just wouldn't be on video. And so through talking with Steve, I realized, you know what? People can be as negative as they want. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do just because I want to do it. And so I started thinking about it over the last couple of days since the live stream, and I've got together like I used to, and I got my little schedule of what videos I have planned out. And that's why I've talked with Spencer to find out what days that he's not going to be home so that I can not have a conflict with him. And so anyway, I'm getting things back together, and I'm going to work on the Avengers Tower. I've tried to work on it last 2 days, but I have to admit things have not gone the way I want them to, but such is life, but I will get to it. I've got plenty more ideas, and I think I messed something up because yes, I did. So they don't usually have these pieces left over. So let me go ahead and fix that number here. So that's bag number 4 in a bag. And see, Greg says, I'm planning to get Dune Part 2 on Blu-ray 4K next Thursday. Awesome. I didn't know it was already out. That's pretty dang cool. And John says, all I'll ever be good at is doing shorts. You know, shorts have their purpose, John. And there's a lot of people that like shorts because they're short. So that's good. This is bag number 5, by the way. We got bag number 6. I will. Okay, am I back? Can you guys hear me? I had a little bit of trouble here. I can't tell if I'm still here. Can you guys hear me? Well, let's see if you can hear the bag. Okay, I'm here. Good. Yeah, my computer gave me a notification that it disconnected me. So, am I still frozen? Am I moving? All right. Well, this is bag number 6, by the way. Pictures still frozen. Shoot. I don't want to Okay, I'm going to refresh, guys. And if I lose you, I will set up another live stream and we'll just keep going. So, right. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. Hopefully I am back. I'll wait for a few seconds to see if you guys can see me moving. Okay, it's back. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. And by the way, Broken Bones Bricks, if you're ever interested in doing anything at all with me, like a collab or I mean, whatever ideas you might have, I will tell you that my business email is all one word. It's a chip off the old block toys at gmail.com. Please feel free to get a hold of me there and throw me some ideas that you have. And, you know, when maybe we can do some stuff together. I don't know, maybe, you know, let me know. So, yeah, because I realized that I'd be doing this anyway, that's the reason I'm going to keep going. And if YouTube ever decides to pay me, that's great. But if they don't, that's great too. Because well, the way me and Mrs. Chip run our finances is that we both get an allowance every week, and I just basically most of my allowance goes towards buying Legos and doing this sort of thing. So, and plus I have money from my Bricklink store, so that's what mostly funds this. I do want to get going on the city. So, let's see. Oh, okay. I think I missed some comments because I was going to get back to them. And, oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Nice, Greg. Do it because it's fun. And that's exactly it, John. And let's see. I have Broken Bricks says, Broken Bone Bricks. Excuse me. I'm saying that wrong the whole time. I have a lot of respect for people like you. I appreciate that. And Steve, how did I like Rancor Steve? You know something? I like the guy a lot. It does help that Rancor Steve and I share a lot of worldviews. And I think that's pretty cool. And look, I'm not going to sit here and play this game. I really don't care whether you agree with my worldview or not. I'm not here to preach it. And in fact, I don't talk about my worldviews very much on this channel, mainly because I think it's a private matter for number one. And number two, because this world is so polarized, I don't want to drive somebody away by bringing politics and world crap into my stuff, because it's just going to drive people away. And a lot of people come to these channels to get away from this kind of stuff. So why would I bring it here? And I won't. So very seldom, occasionally I slip, but I really don't talk about it a whole lot on this channel. But if you know me privately, I'm willing to discuss and debate any subject you want privately. But on YouTube, nope, that stuff gets checked out the door, and it stays off camera as much as possible. But I did enjoy talking with Steve, because I watched his stuff, and I know that him and I have a lot of similar views. So let's see. Frozen entered the Matrix, all talking about. Okay. John, sucks cleaning up dog vomit and poop for one night. Well, yeah. I'll tell you what's one of my pet peeves is waking up in the middle of the night to a cat dry heaving and then forgetting about it and falling back asleep and then waking up and it's still dark and you don't got shoes on, you end up stepping in said vomit. That's one of my pet peeves. I love cats, and I'm sorry, that was really gross. But yes, that has happened to me on more than one occasion. So all is good now. Let's see. I'm rewarding myself with that set for Christmas, and I'll get it directly from. Oh yeah. This is a good set. I did not pay full price for it. I had $100 in points, and I applied it because I don't like paying full price. So that's what I did. Make sure I'm building this right, because I'm doing a lot of talking, and sometimes my mouth can't keep up with my fingers. Broken Bones sounds good. I think I'll be talking. Okay. Yeah, man. Take me up on it. Like I said, you got some ideas. You're more than welcome. I've had Greg on here several times. I apologize, Greg. I didn't collaborate with you this time. Would have loved to have had you. Maybe next time. Actually, let's plan on next time, Greg, and if you're available Friday night, I'll go ahead and send you an invite. Sorry, I'm really rusty when it comes to this stuff. And wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. I did it wrong. I goofed. Okay, well, this guy's got to quit goofing off. And let's see. Where does this go? Holy shoot. Okay. 1, 3, 4. Okay, so right here. Oh. And I'll tell you another funny story. So I look at my YouTube statistics a lot. And over the last month, when I haven't done any videos or live streams, I swear, guys, my watch towers has gone up. And I'm not even creating anything. So, and John says, I have 2 charge cards cleared of all medical debt. And John, that's awesome. I'm just sorry you had medical debt, man. I mean, that's no fun right there. But John, how's your job been going? I know a while back you told me that they made you a supervisor. So let me open bag number 7. I'm gonna turn off the sound here. And John says, Mrs. Chip, I don't know if I told you, but that disease I'm going through, ITP, I am in remission. I no longer need that expensive drug. And hey, Rancor Steve, how you doing? And Greg says, you can do it all night long. Rancor, hey, buddy, thanks for stopping by. And Broken Bricks says, hi, Rancor Steve. And by the way, Rancor Steve, Mrs. Chip is Mrs. Chip, my wife. She likes to stalk me on here. And John says, I don't have any points built up. Yeah, she's a real stalker, let me tell you. But that's okay. I don't mind her stalking me. Like I was saying earlier, Steve, on your live stream I was on the other night, we do a healthy dose of giving each other a hard time and joking around. So she hasn't slapped or killed me yet, so I think I'm okay. That's not to say that she didn't want to at one time or still, but you know. All right, let me try this here. No, Steve, you're not the only one who gets pieces wrong. I have the habit of talking too much, and when I do, well, and don't ask Miss Chip, but I'm sure she'd say I talk too much all the time, whether I'm on a stream or not. So John says you're streaming later tonight. When are you streaming, Rancor Steve? Let's see. Nope, I secretly think that's the best part for spectators. Sorry, guys, I have to head out. Enjoy chatting for a bit. Enjoy building. Keep up the work. Hey, thanks, Broken Bones. And like I said, hit me up, and we'll see what we can do, man. Couldn't be helped with the debt, but I got through it. It's moving along. John, good job. I'm still a team leader, not a supervisor. I do take care of 6 employees, training, coaching, educating. Okay. All right. Well, sweet, man. I'm still working for that little accounting firm, and when I say little, I mean little. There's only 4 of us that work there, and only two of us are full time. I'm one of the full timers, and that was kind of the thing. Is that I do apologize, John and Greg, that I don't text as often and message as often as I used to. Part of the issue is this little firm that I'm working for. It just started up in February, and so it's still very young. And because of my past experiences as a manager and stuff, I've been in a lot of meetings with clients and new clients, trying to get them signed on. And I've done sales before many times in my life, and I find sales very easy. And so the owner, who is a personal friend that I've known for 13 years, and also she's a friend of my wife's too, she uses all of my talents, let me tell you. So I've been busy doing bookkeeping, journal entries, down to meetings with clients, prospective clients. So anyway. Oh, and by the way, so on this one here, how it's open right here, there's a note in the book that the real one's not opened up. They did this to show the staircase and pipes and stuff on purpose. So just to let you know. And Jeff is in good hands. I am most days of the week. But only on the odd days of the week. And since today's 21st, I'm okay. It's an odd day of the week. They're making Happy Gilmore 2 with Adam Sandler. Actually, that'd be pretty good. I like Adam Sandler. I'm a fan of his. The Grown Ups and Grown Ups 1 and 2 are perhaps my favorite movies of his. Well, they're not his, but, with him in it. And I wonder how many other people find that juvenile behavior funny, because I sure do. So let's see. Wow, I can't believe we're almost through bag number 7 already. And because we're that far, I think I might cut this a little short tonight. And yeah, Steve, that's exactly what I do. I've got that camera, and then I can switch over to this camera where you see my mug, but I don't like seeing my own mug, so I usually keep it on this one. But I do start off my streams with on my face and holding up the box, and then after that I switch to this view. So I use my laptop camera for the for my face, and then the other shots is just a Sony 4K camcorder that I've had for years now, but it does the job. So until it breaks, I'm just going to keep using it. No need to go through the expense of buying another one. Oh yeah, and I have done split screen before, where my face is small up in the corner and then the build's bigger. I don't know. Why didn't I do it this time? I don't know. I guess because I usually have Greg on here, and I guess I kind of didn't think about it. But yeah, like I said, Greg, I'll send you an invite to the next one, and we'll get you on here. And Steve, if you're available, you're always welcome to come on as well if you'd like. And I've offered to John too, but I know John. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak for you, John. But those who don't know, John and I have known each other for, seems like ages now. I met him while I was in Germany. And I was in Germany like 2007, 2008 to 2011. So, me and John have been friends for that long. And Greg, I've known for a couple of years now, too. John says, eventually I will come. I'm a bit camera shy. And you know what, John? There is nothing wrong with that. I'm only mostly joking with you, man. But you're always welcome. That's not a joke. You're always welcome. So yeah, this is going. Oh, you wish Waterboy had a sequel? You know, I liked Waterboy. It just I like Adam Sandler's humor. I mean, yeah, it's childish, and I'm sure you can make that argument, but you wouldn't be a friend of mine if you did. No, I'm just kidding. I do like this stuff. All right, so we are on bag number 8. And I thought I might stop after this bag, but I'm not going to, because this bag is really easy, actually. This bag's mostly, I say it's really easy, and this is going to be the bag that I mess up real bad. But regardless, don't pay attention if I do mess up. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Oh, so I wanted to tell you guys this too. So I did sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't get into the details of things. But for those of you who don't know, I was laid off from my job of 9 years in December. And this part, I can tell you, they cracked me up because since I was let go, they have contacted me 5 or 6 times now with things of, oh, we don't know what to do here. Can you help us? And that one of those times was just this last week. And what was funny about this time was that it wasn't my old manager that called me, because the last time he called me, I won't get into the details, but I was not very kind. And so therefore, he didn't call me back. They had one of my old coworkers calling, thinking I'd help her. And well, let me just be nice and say I refuse to help. So I'm not trying to be mean and hateful, but the way I look at it is, if you decide you don't need me and you let me go, you should have thought about that some more before you did it. That's all I got to say. Because, again, I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't tell you how it went down, but I can tell you one thing. It wasn't very kind the way they did it. And that's all I can say, because anything more would probably get me in trouble. So, yeah. We'll just have to stop it there, because I'm about ready to say some stuff I probably shouldn't say. And, well. Yeah. See, look at that. That's why I didn't want to stop on that last bag, because look at this bag right here. This bag has got it all. This bag, we're starting at the top of the platform where the rocket sits, which to me is exciting. All right, Steve. Well, I will, when I'm done here, I'll switch over and watch yours for a little bit. And John says, that's okay. I have to get over eventually. I do want to contribute more. And John, you're more than welcome. And if all, you know, and I don't mean this as an insult, but if all you want to do is build a set that you have, and whether it is that you have a new one or you wreck an old one and rebuild it, that doesn't bother me either. I don't really care, because doing a live stream is just a ton easier when you have somebody there keeping the conversation going with you. I will say that. Wow, this is turning out a lot better than I thought it would, just being honest. All right. Greg says, nice. If you want, the show will be on Rumble, YouTube, and X. You know, I need to learn from Steve how to do that, because I don't know how to do that. I just know how to do YouTube. And Steve said, I'd love to. Yeah, you're welcome to any time, Steve. My next live stream is going to be Friday night about the same time, 6:30 my time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And I don't know where you're at, so I don't know what time that is for you. Greg says, nice. John says it would be a small set before I'll do a large one. Confidence that, hey, that's cool, John. Trust me, man. When I watched my first videos that I did, I'm embarrassed, man, because there was a lot of stumbling all over the place. That was me in the beginning, and I still kind of do, but not as bad. And Greg says it'll be getting taller and taller from here. It will be. And so we're sitting a little bit less than an hour. And although I'm tempted to kind of quit, I kind of don't want to, because I'm looking at the next steps. And it actually is part of the launch pad. And it's only a couple pages. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do one more bag. And then after this, we will call it a night. I'm going to slide this out of the way so y'all can see me building. I mean, obviously, right? Oh, wow, this gets fun. I got to tip this thing upside down. So that means I'll be getting a little tipsy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally playing, man. All right, let's do this. Okay, so where does this thing go? Okay, I see. All right. All right, so we got a lot of work on the underbelly of this thing, because they have it sitting on these little boat slides, as they call these things. They're boat something on Bricklink, and I don't really remember what they are. So, man, I'll tell you what. Does anybody else feel like May just like slid past us, man? Because I remember when it was May 1st, and I was thinking, man, it's a new month and all that stuff, jazz, and then, dang, man. Do I remember when I streamed the Eiffel Tower? I did, and that was a fun but kind of confusing build. And let me explain why I say that. Any Lego build's fun, okay, hands down. That's just the way it is. And the reason that the Eiffel Tower was a little weird is that the Eiffel Tower, you actually built inverted with the studs all facing down on the first level. It's only on that second tier that it starts going the other way and going up. And it's kind of weird, or it might be the third. I can't remember. Man, it's been a long time. I built that probably. Well, I did build it while I was in this house, and I've been in this house for a little over 2 years. So it's been at least that long. Well, I mean, within the last 2 years. Man, I can't even talk tonight. I'm going to blame that on Mrs. Chip. She's still here. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I got to be careful. Mrs. Chip's got an award in hand-to-hand combat now. She's never had to use it on me, thank goodness. Or she never has, I should say. But I wonder if there's days that she don't want to. That she wants to, I should say. And see, I wasn't even paying attention. So all of these were supposed to be double up. So I got to peel these things off. And John, too much crazy crap happened for me to remember. Yeah, well, me too, man. Memory's not my strong suit. But I did learn some things about QuickBooks today. For the most part, my boss, Megan, is very, very patient with me. And I really appreciate that because I've been out of accounting for 9 years. And so for her to even take me on in a struggling business to begin with, that's courageous because I mean, I've been out of it for so long. And sounds like someone wants to get a hold of me. And the base looks like a game board. Yeah, it actually, for the Eiffel Tower, it did. It looked like a game board. But Megan's really kind to me. And so I got to give her props, man. She's a good person to work for. And she's also very tolerant of my humor. In fact, the other day we were talking about a story. And I don't know if she watches my streams, but I don't think she does. But I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this story. Her mother recently passed away, and in fact, the funeral was just this last weekend. And she was reminiscing about her mom at some point when we were working, and she told me, she said that her mom in her later years, right before she died, she used to take random things around the house and gift wrap it and give it to people for Christmas and birthdays. And you'd get some strange stuff like Grandpa's old work shirt with grease on it. You just never knew what you're going to get. Well, and we're done with this, by the way. This part, the bottom part. So it reminded me of Christmas Vacation, where Aunt Bethany wraps up the cat and sticks it in a box. And so I took that, when she told me about that story, I took and sent her that little 30-second clip from that movie. And Megan does not get offended at all. Megan just laughed because she thought that was really funny that I remembered that part. And see, Megan's the same age as me. And so when I make cultural references like that to movies, most of the time she knows what I'm talking about. And so it makes it a lot of fun. And I admit we probably should work harder sometimes, because sometimes I think we waste too much time joking around, but it sure is fun to work with somebody who's got a sense of humor like mine. Because I've worked places where I'm the only one that likes to joke, and that's annoying, man. That is really annoying. So oh, looks like I have a notification on my other computer. I didn't turn that off. Well, this is going to be cool, guys. I've got, by the way, my video plan coming up. I'm doing the Droidica, and I'm doing the Pod Racer diorama. I've got those. And I've got the money set aside for Notre Dame or Notre Dame or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if that one's going to be a live stream or not. Probably so. And it'll be several streams because it's like something like 3,000 something pieces like this one. So be looking forward to that. That one you can't order just yet, but I have the money set aside. There's some Speed Champions coming up. Those will probably be videos. Got money set aside for those too, so I'll be doing them. So yeah, there's a lot of good things coming up on the channel. And then, of course, I'm going to be working on my city as well and the Avengers Tower. So there's a lot of good things. And then I'm going to get back to doing the first of the month, the Lego collection tour. So there's going to be a lot going on the channel. I hope I can keep up. And like I said, ignore all naysayers and just do it because I enjoy doing it, not because anybody is encouraging me or disencouraging me. This is a very unique launch pad. Mrs. Chip says, hanging out with you. I'm going to bed. I have to be up at 4 a.m. Well, Mrs. Chip, thanks for watching. Actually, after this bag, I am going to be getting off of here. And so if you're still awake, I will call you. If you're not, I totally get it. So I almost made an inappropriate joke, and then I remembered I have nieces and nephews. In fact, I've got one. I won't say his name for privacy reasons, but He is my youngest sister's son, and he's 10 years old, and he likes to watch my stuff religiously, and I should not make comments because I do not want to pollute that little kid's ears. Oh, shoot. What did I... Oh, I got a piece on the floor. Well, it's an extra piece, so I'll leave it down there until after the stream. I won't take too much longer, Mr. Chip. I mean, I got about 15 pieces left here. So I will be there. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Mrs. Chip and I have a nightly routine that we do. And that is we usually call each other before she goes to bed. She's an hour ahead of me. But she'll call me or I'll call her before she goes to bed. And we will say prayers together every night. And again, I told you I like to try to keep my worldviews and opinions out of here. But that's one thing I could say that has definitely helped our marriage is making sure we pray together every night. Okay, guys. With this, that completes bag number 9. And it also completes this stream. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Remember, Friday night, 6:30 my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. We will do another live stream, and we will get as far as we can. I don't know how many bags. I know it's over 20. So we probably are going to have number 3 of this thing. But if you would, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment below. Tell me what you like about this. Tell me what you don't like about it. Tell me if you're going to buy this one. Let's talk about it. All right, guys. Be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And I will catch you on the next video or live stream.